We're joined now with Mississippi College head cross-country coach Butch. The cross-country team is well into their season with 2 meets already on the schedule and in their pockets. And Coach, thanks so much for your time and thanks for joining us. Tell us about these first 2 matches where your women placed 3rd at each event and the men placed 2nd.
Well, they were a young team this year. The women's side, we only have 2 returning runners and everybody else is freshmen. So we took these first 2 meets really to get them into the college running mode, and they've run very well. They've run very well. The guys are a little bit more experienced, and they placed 2nd in both meets, which is really good. We placed behind West Florida, and then in New Orleans we placed behind Loyola, and those are very good programs. So we're pleased where we are right now.
Yeah, your men's team has some experience. 3 of the 5 runners are juniors or seniors, but 6 freshmen on your women's team, and that's a real challenge for you.
Yes, it is a real challenge. The challenge is getting them to move from high school to college, and we've had some to do that very well. It's been a little bit of challenge in practice to get them to get in that mode, but we're moving along fine.
Well, one of the young men who's had a good start for you is Tino Gonzalez. He was the conference runner of the week a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, Tino had a really good year his freshman year. He was a conference champion, and he ran very well that year. That was the year it was so muddy everywhere we went, and he did very well that year. Last year he had some injuries and things and was not able to reach his potential, but this year he's trained over the summer and he's worked very hard and he's run very well at the meets. I think he's set a couple PRs as well.
I got a couple of really good seasons to build off of last year. Talk a little bit about last year and how that's translated over into this season.
Well, last year the guys team, there was some things, we had some sickness and some injuries on the guys team, and we just never could really gel by the end of the season. But this year those same guys have come back and are running really well in a pack and as a group and really training hard together. But the women, we thought we had a good shot at winning conference last year. Our top runner at the start of the year was Jennifer Cooper, who had gone to nationals the year before. She had an IT band injury on her knee and really couldn't compete most of the season, so it kind of slowed our women down. And then we had some girls that were sick at the conference, so we finished 3rd, which was good for us at where we were, because they fought really hard to finish that 3rd. And that group of girls graduated, so everybody here is new except for 2 girls. So they don't have any conceived notions or anything. They're just coming in and running. And we've just taken these first 2 meets just to run and get in the college mode.
As we tape this, you'll be going to the LSU Invitational this weekend. This will be a big challenge for both teams.
Oh, it is a big challenge, but we usually do pretty well at LSU. We were there 2 years ago, and I think our women placed 4th. I think both placed 4th 2 years ago, and we run against teams like University of Houston, Lafayette, LSU, people like that, Monroe, and doing very well. It's mainly Division I competition, and we haven't backed down from it. But we've got a lot of freshmen this year, and they'll be going home and seeing their friends, because a lot of them are from that area down there. So they'll be seeing their friends and hanging out. But I think we're going to do well. I think we've had 2 good weeks of practice, and I think we're ready to go.
One of the main advantages I think your program has is the course that your home course, Choctaw Trails here. It's used a lot. It's used for lots of different organizations, different levels of competition, and it's one of the best around.
Yeah, in my opinion, we've run it national courses all over the country, and there's no course that comes close to matching our cross-country course. In my opinion, it's the best in the country. Everybody that comes and runs here thinks it's the best in the country. It's just an amazing place to practice and run. We host 35 meets a year out there. A lot of people don't know that we host like 3 meets a week and for 10 weeks. And we have about 50,000 people a year come out to that course. So it gets used a lot, and it's just a great place for us to train and run.
Now, unlike a lot of other athletic playing fields, you just can't lay artificial turf down. So I know that you and the folks here at Mississippi College do a lot of work just to keep the thing in running shape.
Yes, well, a lot of folks here at Mississippi College that do that, or you're looking at him. I do all the grass cutting, all the tree trimming, and all the bush hogging and all that kind of stuff. But it's immaculate course, and it's fun. That's my place to go. If we're having a bad day at school, I put the headphones on and go get on the mower. But it's a great place to be.
Well, you've got a new assistant coach this year,
Yes.
first full-time assistant for you in your 10 years here. Tell us about how you got Camille Ross on board.
Camille Ross was a find for us. When Coach Jones informed me that we could get an assistant for track finally, because I tried for 8 years to get one and we never could get one for this reason or that reason. But when he said you can get an assistant, we put out a search. We first went locally, then we went nationally, and the applicants that we had were like almost 60 applicants from what we sent out. And we narrowed that down to 5 that we were really interested in, and she was one of the 5. She was from New York at the time, and I said, why do you want to come from New York? And she had all the right answers, and she came in and blew Coach Jones and I both away, and did a really good job. And when I offered it to her, she said yeah, and she drove down all the way from New York. So we're excited to have her.
Well, we'll talk about the track season a little bit later on, but give us a quick preview of what's to come in the spring.
What's to come in the spring, we're going to have our largest team ever. We did well last year with one of our girls, Liz Laubenberg, competed in the Nationals, and she graduated, but we've got a lot of new people again this year in track that were either all-state or state champions in high school. So we're going to be pretty good in track. It's a challenge for me right now to be doing cross country and track, and that's the part Camille's taken over that I've not had in the past. And she's taken this strength and conditioning program in the fall and is working with those track people, and they're coming along great. So I think we're going to have a really good season in track.
And the cross country season is relatively short. You'll have the conference championships coming up at the end of October. Is that right?
The conference championships in the end of October. Those will be at Texas Lutheran, and then the regional meet will be there again 2 weeks, mid-November. And then we get into our indoor track season. So,
well, Coach Ard, we appreciate you taking your time to join us, and wish you and your team the best of luck the rest of the way.
Sure. Thanks a lot.
And so Butch Ard, the cross-country coach and track coach here at Mississippi College.